Hello everyone and welcome back to Crash Team Racing Hard Mode. This is part 4 and I'm planning for it to be the final episode. So we'll just roll right into the races. I'm going to do characters' home tracks again because there were not any suggestions in the comments. But feel free to leave any there now if you can think of any, because I'm going to be playing and making some online mode videos in the future, and I can use your combos then. But for now, I'm going to be doing characters on their home tracks. And first up, we have Engine Labs. This has always been a favorite track of mine. I like a lot of the tracks in this game. I don't know what that frame drop was about, but it's not a big deal because it was just during the cutscene. Anyway, I like this track because of the speed tunnel in it. I know that a lot of people like the speed tunnel, but I like it more now because it gives you blue fire. So not only is it a speed tunnel, but it actually is like a real speed tunnel because it gives you the maximum speed instead of in the original it just being one long regular boost. And the clock is unfortunate to get hit by as usual, but I think I'm still confident that this is going to be one of those tracks that's impossible to lose on, because it's just the computers don't do things like this with blue fire, so it's just too easy to beat them. And there is a glitch on this track that allows you to skip a large portion of it, but I believe it has been patched on other platforms. It has not been patched on the Switch yet, which is the version that I'm playing, because the Switch version can't receive updates as often as the other versions because of like some policy Nintendo has. It's a little bit annoying, but there's nothing we can do about it, so we just deal with it. I'll show it to you on the third lap just so that it's documented. I know other people have made videos showing off the glitch, but I think it'd be cool to show it'd be something cool to show to you guys. So right here, you just jump to the left, and when you spawn down here, it disables a barrier that would normally prevent you from coming down here without going through the rest of the track, and that's how you can get very short laps. And it's like a very big unintended cheat shortcut. As you can see, I have unlocked Fake Baby T. I'm not going to use him because he's a speed type, and also he doesn't have any sort of track in this final set of tracks. So maybe I'll just make a separate video in the near future where I show him off. He for his victory podium, he tries to do the fake crash dance, which I think is like really cute and hilarious, and it kind of redeems him, if you ask me. I like how he just chucks the frying pan. Alright, and yes, I did say redeems him, because I am not necessarily a Baby T fan like a lot of people online are. A lot of people are very happy that he's in the game. I'm not upset about it, it's just he's not really a character that I wanted. So, let me go back into the customization. I think this time I'll be Star Cortex. But yeah, I would have rather had a character like Brio or Koala Kong or like Rillaroo over Baby T, if I'm being honest. But he's fine now that he's here. I'm not going to complain. The more characters, the better. Okay, let us pick a color scheme. That looks good. And as for our sticker, we'll use the spaceship. Yeah, the previous combo that I was using, I call it the Italian combo because it has, like, I call it the pizza box combo because it's chef engine and the cart looks like it has a pizza box design and it's the Italian flag. I think it's funny. This is Cortex Castle that we're entering, by the way, and I'm using Star Cortex, which is only available to people who bought the digital version of the game. So I like to show off the Star costumes from time to time to say, hey, look, I got this. But anyway, that guy that was in the cage on the right is the lab assistant, and people want him to be playable, which I'm in the same boat with him as I was with Baby T, where I don't really care about him, so I don't really necessarily want him to be playable, but ultimately I won't be mad if he is, because like I said before, the more characters the better. This track is really cool too. If you ask me, I think it's harder in the remake because of the way that blue fire works. How you can keep it, and you might think, oh yeah, but if you can keep top speed, then it'd be easier. But since there's so many sharp turns on this track, it's actually a lot harder. Oh. Wow, look, you get hit once and you're in 7th place. Wow. But we can still do this, and we should be fine from here. So long as I don't do anything stupid. Yeah, it's pretty difficult. There's a lot of tight maneuvering that you have to do. Man, I'm surprised I usually lose my blue fire and that corner jump turn. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but right before the hallway with the 2 spiders, I usually lose my blue fire there. But I didn't this time. So, oh well. I spoke too soon. I lost it right on the corner there. But as you can see, the blue fire makes the track significantly shorter. If you look at the time in the top left corner, I went from a 52-second track to a 37-second track. It's pretty significant. Yeah, blue fire is really fast. Oh, we hit a spider, but that's alright. He's fine. If you guys are interested, I can live stream myself playing the cup races on hard mode as well, just like I did for the original game. So let me know in the comments if you want to see that, and I'll be happy to do that. And that is Cortex Castle completed. Yeah, I like that podium victory a lot. That's one of my favorites. Just look at him. He's so full of himself 1 second, and then in the next he's terrified. I think that's the perfect way to describe Cortex. It's hilarious. Anyway, next is Hot Air Skyway, which is of course Pinstripe's track, so I will be using him for a second time. Now I already had one combo that I used earlier in this series, so I'm going to use a different one now. And this is one that I used to use online back when the game first came out. And I think I just didn't use a sticker with this, if I recall correctly. So there we go, looking snazzy. So let's roll right into this. Alright, as you can see, this is Rainbow Road. I'm just kidding, this is Hot Air Skyway. This is better than Rainbow Road because we can go way faster on this track than we possibly could on Rainbow Road. And also, I like the layout more. I mean, some of the Rainbow Roads are really cool, don't get me wrong, but I think I just like this more than basically all of them. My favorite Rainbow Road is probably either Wii or DS Rainbow Road. I think those are the best ones. And we've already won. Because like I said on Cortex Castle, the computers don't use blue fire like this. And I'm quite good at it on this track, so yeah. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. Well, that's what I get for being cocky. Anyway, we'll be able to still win. It's a pretty easy track. A lot of people are like, no, it's a hard track because you can fall off. Well, think about it this way. If this was a regular track with walls everywhere, would you constantly be crashing into the walls? If not, why are you constantly falling off of the track on this track? It doesn't make sense to me. That's how I see it. If you're not normally crashing into every single wall, then you shouldn't normally be falling off every single turn here. I know that some people are going to say, well, it's not the same. But if you ask me, it is. And look, I didn't even fall off that time. But yeah, this is one of the more fun tracks because of the blue fire, if you ask me. It's a very welcome inclusion of blue fire. Oh, I messed up my U-turn. I did a brake turn and I landed on the ground instead of doing a U-turn. But you know what? We're right at the blue fire again, so it's okay. Not as clean of a Hot Air Skyway as I would have liked it to be, but it could have gone much worse. Sometimes it's hard to see if there's items on the track after that jump because your character blocks the screen, or they block the view of the track. So sometimes you just get hit by things there that you couldn't see.
I'm the speed champion, alright?
And that is Hot Air Skyway. What a guy. Pinstripe is funny. I still like him. I just don't use him as often as I used to. But it's nothing against him. The biggest reason is I liked his original voice better. Now I do think that the new voice actor, the new voice actor did a really good job, but I just prefer the original voice that Pinstripe had. I'm going to be using Hot Rod Oxide now, because that shows you that I've gotten 101% before. And I'm also going to use a paint job that a combo that I showed off in one of my other videos recently, called Wrong Music for Turbo Track. So check that out if you want. You get to see this boy some more during that. And without further ado, here is Oxide Station. Alright, this is the final track. Well, not the final track. Well, yeah, I guess it's the final track of the adventure mode. And this is the boss race for Oxide. And it's going to be difficult, more difficult this time. Well, actually, let me rephrase. Just driving in general will be more difficult this time because Oxide has kind of low turning. but the race itself will be much more difficult versus Oxide because of all of his items. And plus I'll be using a slow character, so he'll be able to really get far ahead pretty easily. That was the race that I had to restart the most in my own personal time. Oh boy. We're getting, oh, that's never happened. Oh boy. Well, since it's just the regular computers and not Oxide, we'll be fine. Okay. Hit the wall there, so I lost my blue fire. So we might be in a bit of a bad situation. But we got another mask, so we should be okay. And if you're wondering why Oxide has the Velo mask, it's because that's the mask that he has in Crash Nitro Kart. And you might be thinking, but this is Crash Team Racing. But they did actually add the Velo mask in an update. It was one of the first updates actually, pretty shortly after the game launched. I think it was like within the second or third week. So it's cool that they did that. Let's avoid that nitro. I can also stream some other games too. Like I have Mario Maker. I can stream some of that. I have Fire Emblem Three Houses. We could stream that too. I could stream Smash Brothers if you guys really want, but I'd rather stream some of those other games first. What else do I have? I have Donkey Kong Country. I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So yeah, whatever you guys want to see of that list, just put it in the comments, and I'd be happy to stream it sometime. And as of now, I will probably stream on YouTube instead of Twitch, because right now I just want to make a name for myself more than anything, and I feel like it would be easier to well, not necessarily easier, but it would be more organized to have all of my activity on one platform at the beginning, and then once maybe the channel grows a little bit, then we'll start branching out onto other platforms. That's how I feel. So I know a lot of people have been recommending to me to stream on Twitch, and that Twitch is preferable, but for now we'll just stick with YouTube streaming. That way it shows right up on the channel not too long after, and it just feels more organized and concise for me. Plus it's just easier on YouTube. That's a good one. And here he does a fun little dance. This is a good costume for Oxide. I like it a lot.
What, you call that racing? Forget about it. If you's gonna race Oxide, you's gonna have to get past me first. I'm the speed champion here, and I'm gonna save the world. For a sizable fee, of course.
And I know it's funny that he's talking about racing Oxide when we are Oxide. But anyway, as per tradition, we will use our slow handling type character for this race. Let me think. Before I used Crunk, and Baby Crash. So this time, I think I'll use Ripperoo. And unfortunately, I don't have Mad Scientist Ripperoo yet, but I do have Gentleman Ripperoo. So we'll go with that for now. And we'll put him in this nice little vehicle. And I'm not sure, I I don't really like. Well, I like the Back in Time decal. But I don't really like the Nitro-Fueled decal because it's not symmetrical on the front. Yeah, symmetry. I can speak English. Symmetry is important to me. So I'll just go with no decal, and I mean, the black looks really nice here, so may as well keep it. As for the wheels, we'll use. Why don't we use these wheels? Because they're blue, like Rude, and also it matches the underlights. I don't know what they're called underneath the car, and of course, it wouldn't be Ripperoo without TNT, so we will plop the TNT sticker right onto that car. And here we go. Alright, here we are again on Hot Air Skyway. I like this track a lot, like I said before, so I think what I'll do is just go into Zen mode and do it as best I can. Alright, and that's the race. I'm not sure if my voice got cut off a little bit at the beginning there. I might have cut myself off by talking too early. But yeah, the first lap was a little bit rough, but we were able to wrap that up nicely.
Yahoo! So, he's beat me fair and square.
Why is he...
I doubt you'll be this lucky with that side.
The cutscene messed up. I'm in the back there. Can I control myself? No. I should be right.
Easy key.
Oh, there he goes. I've never seen this. That was weird. That's never happened to me before. Oh man. This game has a lot of silly little bugs in it. Nothing super game breaking, but what does happen is quite entertaining.
Well, the little terror vermin has finally collected all the trophies to become world champion. What took you so long? Now we prove who the fastest driver really is.
Alright, so since this race has taken me many tries in the past, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set up my kart combination, and I'm going to use Real Velo because I think it's funny because Oxide is an alien and he's the boss of this game, and Velo is also an alien and he's a boss of Crash Nitro Kart. So I think it'd be funny to have the bosses race each other. So like I was saying, since the race is going to take quite a long time, because it has taken me, like I said, quite some time in the past, I'm going to start a second recording session immediately after this one and just race of just me racing Oxide, because it's a pretty difficult race. And unfortunately I've got that bug again where I'm trapped in the menu. But you know what? That's the perfect time to cut and restart the recording, so we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So as you can see, we're in the Oxide Race, and I will show you at the end how long this took me to do. I'm not going to leave every single attempt in. I will include the first attempt and the successful attempt, but that's about it, because otherwise we would potentially be here for a very long time, and that is not something that I want to waste your time with. So it would be fantastic if we could do it on the first try, but I'm not sure how likely that is, especially because both times that I did this in the past, I basically felt like I had to use a speed character, and now I'm the very opposite of a speed character. I'm actually quite slow, so I don't know how many tries this will take. This is dangerous. Yeah, those red potions, they're the biggest problem. Oh, I didn't even see that one. The biggest problem in this race is the red potions. And of course, getting bad items. And not even being able to control your items because of the red potions. So basically everything just stems from the red potions. These are not very helpful because he's too far away. At least during this little stretch we're able to move freely, kind of, because now we're immediately back to the nitros. And yeah, we're not as far behind as I thought we would be. Maybe he slows down if you're far behind. That's a little bit merciful. I don't know if he did that in the original. But I'm not complaining if he does, because I need the help. This is a difficult race, because the items, not only are they actually in the way, but they're very devastating items to be hit by. Red potions are... Whoa! Red potions are easily one of the best defensive items in the game. Okay, let's get something else. Something else, please. We will probably not win on the first try. Ooh. Oh, maybe I can see him. I think they might have changed so that he slows down if he gets too far ahead of you. Or maybe slow characters are just that slow. Don't know. And by that I mean slow characters are so slow that they had to make Oxide slower to make it possible. I don't know. I just know that this is very difficult. Ooh, he's in sight. Maybe I can get him with a missile if I'm lucky. Nope, the missiles don't like to follow him. But that's because they're not red shells like in Mario Kart, so it makes sense. Ooh, I thought maybe we could pass him, but I think I bumped into the wall and I lost my blue fire. Although, if we get lucky enough, we might still be able to do this. Ooh, look at that. First try. Isn't that lucky? And I was going on about how this was a really hard fight. Or a race, whatever. And it took us over 4 minutes, but we did it. I definitely think there's some sort of rubber banding mechanics in place where if he's ahead of you, he slows down. But you know what? It's hard mode, and we did it on our first try, and that's what matters.
I can't believe you beat me. I never lose. How embarrassing. I'll be the laughingstock of all Gasmoxia. Fine. Your miserable planet stays gushy and green. At least you still haven't gathered all my time relics. Until you've collected all of those and race me again, you'll never be able to claim you are the fastest. This won't be the last time you'll face nitrous oxide. We will meet again.
Alright, and here we've got the staff credits. I'll let this play out because I could not play it in the original game because of the cutscenes being all messed up. And basically all of these little stories that show up at the bottom are unchanged. One or two of them I think are changed, but not significantly. So I'll let you read those. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short series. If you have any ideas for other content you would like to see, put it in the comments, and I'll make it happen. I'll just let the credits continue to play out for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.